Hi guys, it's Ryan here just to bring you another video. This video is a video that's been requested by a few people. For the Medicom 1/6 scale New 52 Batman. Now this one, people have been asking about the cape. I do apologize for not mentioning much about it in the first video. It's just a video I did showing that I got this new figure. So for people who want a little bit more detail into the cape and just a few questions answered, this is the video I'm going to do for you guys. So I get asked a couple of questions. The first one is the cape wired? And the second one is, does it sit naturally? Yes, the cape is wired, and yes, it does sit very naturally on the figure. What I best do is show you myself, just so you can see for yourself what I'm talking about. But before we start, this is sort of the pose I've had it in for a while. So it's just sort of like the cape's draping down, and I really like how it's done that. And, you know, bring it up, and you got Batman sort of looking off into the distance. I really dig that look, and that's what I've been going with for a little while now. So I wanted to start off anyway. I'll start off with the neck. We'll go to the neck, and you can have a little look at the neck. So this is how it sits on the neck, more or less. So what I'll do is I'll just bring you over, and so this is the neck bit here. So the neck, so it seems like it's joint on, and it's sort of attached into the suit here, and you can cover that up easily. On the neck, it does sit very naturally, just very nicely actually. You know, it sits really comfortably on there, like, you know, more like, you know, it doesn't look out of place. But if it does puff up a little bit, the great thing about it is because you've got the wiring on this goes all the way. See on the outside, you can just see, and it even goes all the way around here as well. So each individual bit there's got wire all the way around the outside. So what's cool is, let's just say a bit of the cape is puffed up there, and on some figures, so say like some Hot Toys figures or Sideshow or any company, you get that issue and you sort of want it to sit like it's got some weight to it. What you can do is you can just push it down with the wire, and same again on the other side, and you can sort of mold it to the suit so it sits really nice on the figure. So obviously you can work that on the shoulders there. Ooh, nearly dropped it then. Then people are asking, can you drape it over the shoulders naturally, and over the back naturally? So again, you sort of feel for it with this figure. There's a lot of just feeling about with it, and I usually get the wire and sort of just pull it down a little bit and straighten it out. And because the material is really nice to this, you can sort of get a bit of a shape in there, and you know, get it to sit quite naturally on the figure. So this is from behind, so I'll give you a bit of a zoom back. So I've sort of got it, you know, coming down like that, and I've got, you know, it's over the shoulders again, which looks really nice. I think one thing as well that helps keep the cape in place is on the neck piece here, it's actually fabric as well. So I can give you a bit of a closer look, but you can see there, that is actually fabric and padding. So it's all attached to the neck, so it's not like attaching a separate piece. So I don't know how easy it would be to swap out capes on this figure. I don't know if people have already done it, but I don't really see the need to do it anyway. That's just my opinion. But so again, you've got it sitting from the side there, which again looks really, really nice. And you see how it just sits. It's sort of got that weight to it. It's got a little bit of blowing in the wind, and it gives the cape some depth and that, you know, and it can give you that sort of like comic book art look to it, which I really dig. It's like it's popped straight out of the comics, and which is just really nice. And, you know, from the front again, if you just straighten it out, you know, you can get it to sit really nice on the figure and make it sit really naturally. I tend to like to bring it down like this, you know, and have that sort of blowing in the wind effect. Now, that's how I've sort of had it from before, but you can change it throughout. So you see I'm fiddling around with it a little bit, but you can have it so, you know, it's blowing in the wind and that. You can probably do a better job than I'm doing, but this is just me trying to do it in this, so you can sort of have it blowing in the wind even. So, you know, you've got that nice blowing in the wind look there, which I really dig. And, you know, so it's like it's blowing in the wind. Just looks really cool. There's a lot you can do with the cape, and because this figure is such a static figure in general, it benefits from this cape. The cape, for a lot of people who are into poses, probably is the saving grace of the figure, because as far as articulation goes, it can do stuff, but you don't want to really put too much stress on the suit, just because it's all one piece, and it's not like you can just get another part and switch it out as easy. So, you know, so like I say, you can get it into some really nice poses. So you can have sort of like, you know, looking off into the distance. And again, little tweaks and perfections, you can get it looking better than that. But you've got a lot of flexibility with the cape. There's a lot of things you can do with it. Another question I asked is, can you drape it over the shoulders like how Batman does, where you don't see his arms and it's just covering him? Well, we'll have a look. So I'll put the cape over. So it's looking good so far. Again, so you've got a little bit of a bend in the wire there, so we'll just give that a bit of a flattening round. And again, same with the other bit. And again, so yeah, you can get it to sit over the figure and really nicely as well. Just to get a bit of a tug in there as well, and you can make it sit naturally on the shoulders. Now, like I say, you can have that over probably with a little bit more posability and probably bending the legs a little bit more. You can get a little bit more out of it as well. So, but it's just about, with this figure, it's a lot of fiddling around with it, which is, if you don't mind doing that, then it's a great figure, you know. It's just about moving it around, and you can sort of have that sort of, you know, Batman look to it, you know, where he's draping over. The only reason I'm not putting in too many dynamic poses right now is I haven't got a stand with him, so you'll probably see me just dropping the figure every 5 minutes, so I'm just trying to show you anyway. So, you know, you can have that in there, and you can have sort of the cape sort of blowing in the wind again, so you could even have it going around that way, which is pretty cool. So again, you can sort of do that, so you can have it like blowing in the wind. Also, you could do sort of like a Count Dracula sort of, you know, Batman look, where he's sort of, you know, all tucked in around, and then that might be the best way to go with the arms, is tuck it underneath like that, and then you can sort of have it like that. You can go sort of bringing it in, so like very sort of Batman Begins look, where he has that cape look, which is nice again. So you can sort of go with that, bring it down, and what I love is, because you got the cape, the wires in here, you can make that natural sort of flow down, which looks really, really nice on the figure. And, you know, so you can get quite a good bunch of poses out of it. You know, it's with the cape anyway. The cape, like I said, I think is the saving grace of the figure a lot of the time. But it's a really nice figure, and the more I look at this figure, the more I like it, you know what I mean? So, and the cape being one of the reasons, it's just a really nice cape. And it's probably, for wired capes, it's the best I've seen. What I've seen personally, just because I just think it looks the best, and the wired capes actually work well on it. So, I mean, look, you can get that, you know, got a little bit revealing there, and it's sort of going around, which is really nice. There's just a lot of nice things you can do with this figure and the cape, and you know, you can have a little bit of a fiddle around, and that's what it is at the end of the day. It's fiddling around. You know, give it a little bit more time, you can get much more than what I'm doing out of it. So it's definitely it's a good cape. And if you are hesitating on whether to jump on this figure because of the cape, as long as you know that's how it works, the wires and that, you should be good to go. It's a pretty darn good cape. So I mean, I like doing this with it, so having it sort of like blowing through and then having that sort of look to it. So you sort of bend the arms a little bit. So again, you got that sort of look. Again, this comes down. I love that about it. It's really, really nice. And yeah, so that's basically it for covering the cape, as much as I think I can do. If you have any more questions about the cape, just feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to help and get back to you as soon as I can. But I do hope this video has helped you out. Just trying to make sure I've covered everything, but I think I mostly have. And yeah, so thanks again, guys, and thank you for watching. Should have a collector's chat coming around soon, so that should be good. But until then, guys, I'll catch you later, and you can have a good one. Cheers.